Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every life when you must look in the mirror, not at what you see, but at what you believe. And when you do, I want you to declare with absolute conviction, I'm going to win. Because winning isn't about conquering others, it's about conquering yourself. It's about rising each morning and deciding, today, I will not be defeated by fear, doubt, or the voice that says I can't. That quiet whisper that tells you you're not enough, that's not truth, that's conditioning. You were born with everything you need to succeed already inside you. The only question is, will you wake it up? Winning starts in the mind. Before a single action is taken or a visible victory is achieved, the first battle is always fought within one's thoughts. The mind is the birthplace of every success story and every failure. Whatever you continually think about, focus on, and believe in begins to shape your reality. When you allow your mind to be dominated by thoughts of fear, limitation, and doubt, you unconsciously build barriers to your own success. But when your thoughts are infused with confidence, faith, and possibility, the doors of opportunity begin to open almost effortlessly. The world outside you is simply reflecting what is taking place inside you. To win in life, you must first become a winner in your own mind. Your inner dialogue determines how you interpret every experience. Two people can face the same challenge, yet one sees defeat while the other sees a stepping stone. The difference lies in perception, not circumstance. The mind magnifies what it focuses on, so if you dwell on setbacks, they expand. If you focus on progress, that too expands. Training the mind to see the potential in every situation is not a matter of pretending that difficulties don't exist. It's choosing to respond to them with awareness and strength instead of fear. Winning is not the absence of obstacles, it's the presence of a resilient mindset that refuses to give up. Every great achievement in history was first imagined. The airplane, the light bulb, the symphony, the book, all began as thoughts before they took physical form. When you align your thoughts with what you desire, you send out a powerful signal that shapes reality. This is why visualization, affirmation, and focused intention are so vital. They reprogram the subconscious mind to expect success rather than doubt it. The moment your belief becomes stronger than your fear, the universe begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Cultivating a winning mind means choosing faith over fear daily. It means noticing when negative thoughts arise and consciously replacing them with empowering ones. It means speaking to yourself as you would to someone you deeply love and believe in. When you nurture thoughts of gratitude, courage, and possibility, you begin to attract people, resources, and experiences that match that vibration. The world becomes a mirror reflecting your inner certainty. To win outwardly, you must first win inwardly, for the mind is the seedbed of every miracle that will ever unfold in your life. You already possess what you need to succeed. Every human being comes into this world equipped with an inner reservoir of potential, creativity, and strength. The seeds of greatness are already planted deep within your soul. The problem is not that you are missing something. It is that you have forgotten what you already carry inside. From birth, you were designed with purpose, endowed with intuition, and gifted with the power to choose, to imagine, and to act. Success is not about adding something new to yourself. It's about uncovering and awakening what has been there all along. The more you look within rather than outside for validation, the more you realize that you are not a product of your circumstances but the architect of them. Society often teaches that fulfillment and power lie somewhere out there, in the degree, the job, the relationship, the approval of others. But true success begins when you turn inward and recognize that the source of your power is internal, not external. You are not lacking, you are simply waiting to express what's already alive in you. The talents, insights, and resilience that lead to triumph are not gifts you need to earn, they are your birthright. When you shift your focus from "I need" to "I already have," your energy changes. you stop chasing and start creating. This awareness transforms how you meet challenges because instead of saying, "I can't," you begin to ask, "How can I bring out what's within me to handle this?" The key is self-belief. When you trust that everything you need is already part of you, you move through life with calm confidence. Obstacles no longer intimidate you, they activate your inner power. That quiet strength within responds to adversity with creativity and determination. You begin to live from a place of wholeness rather than striving to fill an emptiness. Each time you take a courageous step forward, you affirm the truth of your own capacity. The universe responds to that affirmation by bringing you opportunities that match your belief. The moment you realize your inner completeness, comparison loses its grip. You no longer measure your worth against others because you understand that your path is uniquely yours. Your gifts don't need to look like anyone else's to be meaningful. The true victory is expressing what's authentically inside you without apology. When you operate from the awareness that nothing is missing, you stop searching for success and begin embodying it. Life becomes less about trying to prove something and more about sharing who you already are, a powerful being, fully equipped to rise, create, and win. Certainty attracts success. The universe has a way of aligning itself with the energy of conviction. When a person knows deep within their soul that they are destined to succeed, everything around them begins to shift in response to that belief. It is not arrogance or blind optimism. It is a calm inner assurance that no matter what happens, the outcome will ultimately serve your highest good. This certainty acts as a magnetic force, drawing to you the people, opportunities, and circumstances that match your vibration. Doubt scatters energy, but faith focuses it like a laser. When you are clear about what you want and certain of its realization, you send out a signal that cannot be ignored. Many people live in a constant state of uncertainty. They hope things will work out, but hope without belief has little power. Hope says, "I wish." Certainty says, "It's already done." The difference is profound. Hope looks to the future for answers, but certainty lives as though the answer is already here. When you operate from certainty, your actions become more decisive, your words more powerful, and your energy more grounded. Life responds to that clarity. The moment you remove hesitation, the path ahead begins to unfold. It's not magic, it's the natural law of focus and faith working in harmony. Certainty does not mean you will never experience doubt or setbacks. It means that even in the midst of uncertainty, you hold an unwavering trust in the final outcome. You might not know how it will happen, but you know that it will. This mindset allows you to stay steady when others panic and patient when others quit. You understand that delays are not denials, but redirections guiding you towards something better. The universe respects a mind that knows what it wants. Uncertainty sends mixed signals, but certainty speaks the language of creation. When you embody certainty, you stop chasing results and begin attracting them. People are drawn to those who carry quiet confidence because it inspires trust and assurance. The world opens its doors to individuals who act as if success is inevitable. This doesn't mean forcing outcomes. It means aligning with them through unwavering faith. Every great dream realized was first carried in the heart of someone who refused to doubt. Certainty turns intention into manifestation. It transforms vision into experience. When your belief in success becomes unshakable, life itself rearranges to honor that belief. Setbacks are part of your preparation. Every obstacle, disappointment, or delay you face is not meant to destroy you, but to develop you. Life has a way of training you for greatness through the very challenges you wish you could avoid. When something doesn't go as planned, it isn't punishment, it's preparation. Each setback is shaping your strength, deepening your understanding, and refining your vision. The moments that test you the most are often the very moments that prepare you to handle the success you're asking for. Without those tests, you wouldn't have the endurance or wisdom to sustain the victories ahead. People often mistake a closed door as failure when in truth it's divine redirection. Sometimes the universe withholds what you think you want because it knows you are meant for something higher. The delay is there to teach patience, resilience, and faith. If everything came easily, you would never grow into the kind of person who can appreciate or maintain the blessings you seek. Setbacks stretch your capacity to trust. They teach you to rely not just on circumstances, but on the strength of your inner spirit. They remind you that success is not built in moments of comfort, but in moments of resistance. Just as fire purifies gold, adversity refines the soul. When you begin to see challenges as preparation rather than punishment, everything changes. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin to ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That shift in perspective turns pain into power. Every struggle becomes a classroom where you learn more about your courage, discipline, and faith. Sometimes what looks like a setback is actually protection, keeping you from paths that would have drained your energy or delayed your true purpose. The universe does not make mistakes. It arranges everything in perfect timing, even when that timing feels uncomfortable. Each time you rise after falling, you become more resilient. You begin to realize that failure is not final unless you stop trying. What defines a winner is not the absence of loss, but the refusal to stay down after losing. The person who learns to embrace setbacks as lessons becomes unstoppable, because nothing can break someone who sees value in every experience. Every delay carries a lesson, every disappointment carries direction, and every setback carries the seeds of a stronger comeback waiting to bloom through persistence and faith. Alignment creates power. When your thoughts, words, and actions move in the same direction, you become a force that cannot be easily shaken. Most people live fragmented lives. They think one thing, speak another, and act in contradiction to both. This inner conflict weakens their energy and scatters their focus. True power comes when there is harmony between what you believe, what you say, and what you do. When your internal world and external behavior match, you operate with clarity and purpose. Every decision becomes guided by a deeper sense of truth, and that alignment naturally attracts opportunities that resonate with your authentic self. Living in alignment begins with self-awareness. You must first know what you truly value, what you stand for, and what you are here to create. Without that clarity, it's easy to live by the expectations of others, saying yes when your heart says no, and chasing goals that do not fulfill you. But once you understand your inner purpose, you begin to make choices that honor it. Your energy becomes centered, your communication becomes confident, and your actions become intentional. You stop living reactively and start living deliberately. Alignment doesn't mean perfection, it means consistency between your inner beliefs and your outer life. When your thoughts are positive but your words are filled with doubt, your energy sends mixed signals. The universe doesn't respond to confusion, it responds to conviction. If you think success yet speak defeat, you block your own flow of possibility. When you align all three levels, thought, word, and action, you create momentum. This alignment builds integrity, and integrity builds trust in yourself and in the process. People are naturally drawn to those who live authentically because their energy feels stable and true. They know what they stand for and move through life with quiet confidence. Alignment also generates peace. When you live in harmony with your purpose, you no longer waste energy pretending, proving, or comparing. Your steps feel guided because they are guided from within. You begin to notice that life flows more easily. The right people appear, doors open at the right time, and situations seem to unfold with less struggle. This isn't coincidence. It's the natural outcome of being energetically aligned with your truth. Power does not come from force or control. It comes from coherence, from living in such honesty with yourself that everything you touch carries the imprint of your authentic intention. Victory is a state of being, not an event. So many people live their lives waiting for a future moment to validate their worth. The promotion, the achievement, the recognition, the finish line. But true victory does not come from an external accomplishment. It begins in the quiet conviction that you are already enough, already worthy, already whole. When you live from that awareness, every step you take is infused with confidence and peace. Winning stops being something you chase and becomes something you carry. It's not about reaching a specific point in time. It's about embodying a mindset that sees possibility, hope, and strength in every circumstance. Living in a state of victory means refusing to let circumstances define your sense of fulfillment. You may face challenges, losses, or moments of doubt, but those do not determine your value or your direction. The person who has already chosen victory within does not crumble when things fall apart. They adapt, they grow, and they rise again. This inner certainty becomes a shield that protects your spirit from the chaos of the world. You stop depending on external outcomes for happiness, because you understand that victory is not a trophy to be earned, but a truth to be lived. When you view victory as a state of being, your energy changes. You no longer act from desperation or fear of failure. You act from confidence and faith. You stop chasing success to prove yourself and instead express your gifts because it's natural to do so. You become calm in uncertainty because you trust that everything is unfolding in divine order. The person who lives in victory radiates a quiet strength that influences others. They lift people through their presence, not because they have achieved everything, but because they have found peace with where they are. True victory is rooted in gratitude. It's the ability to see the beauty in the process rather than only in the result. Every lesson, every struggle, every triumph becomes part of your unfolding journey. When you understand that the destination is not somewhere out there but right here in your awareness, life becomes lighter. You find joy in progress, not just perfection. You stop measuring success by external standards and begin to feel victorious simply for showing up, growing, and living authentically. Victory is not the final chapter. It is the attitude that shapes every page of your story.